There's a lot of personality types on this planet, and there's a lot of people, obviously. But what a lot of psychologists and philosophers noticed throughout history was that there seemed to be kind of common thematic elements to certain people's characteristics that could be attributed to almost like animal-like qualities, or you know faces, what we kind of now refer to as archetypes, but that these patterns could be kind of lumped into a particular group or idea definition, and thus characterizing certain people as something in particular. And this is super common in literature, right? Some of the most common archetypes are the Joker. You have the hopeless romantic, the tragic hero, etc. And there's a lot. But, one thing that I was kind of thinking about recently was kind of the ridiculer. And, I'm not going to go too deep into the archetype of it, because I'm thinking about actually making a series about that and making it very expansive and comprehensive in terms of how deep I go to try to break down those characters. This is actually more so to introduce just the behavioral aspect of it. And this is just very general. So where does ridicule come from? Not necessarily breaking down the person behind it, but just like I said, the behavioral aspect component of it. And so a lot of people ridicule passively. It's something that is done in almost a covert way, but that can subvert somebody's like genuinity and meaningful desire to do something, to accomplish something. Fortunately, there are also people that don't have your best interests at heart, and those people will ridicule because they may not just respect you, they may not respect themselves, and they can't resonate with the type of work that you produce, your craft, etc. And so you have to balance these things out. It's very challenging sometimes because you feel like, who can you really trust, right? When you share something that's so important to you and you're trying to get like a genuine response back, it's difficult because, if you hear back ridicule, it might disrupt your ability to perceive who actually supports you. And not that ridicule is inherently bad, because there's an element to it that's actually quite satisfying and pleasant, because we tend to take ourselves overly seriously on the day-to-day, and it's good to have time to kind of break down these walls and characters that we form and kind of lose that sense of ego, be able to make fun of yourself to a degree. It's actually really healthy, and it's a way to kind of dismantle your pride. But on the flip side, your pride is inherently what makes you, and not on the extreme end, but on the base level, this is your identity. Your ego is pretty much the materialization, manifestation of your soul on this physical earth. So you have to protect that as well, and so you have to be able to sift through the bad intentions of people and try to find those that are making fun of you just for their own gain, which happens more than you think, and those that poke fun just because it's really not that serious. And You know, there's definitely a gray area. It's kind of hard to find the difference, but a lot of times you can feel it, and it comes from people's tones and mannerisms, and those that really support you, there usually will be no no doubts, you know, because that level of trust has been built up, and you guys have that relationship where ridicule is such a natural, flowy phenomenon. But if you already have a more delicate relationship with somebody and you guys aren't able to talk so freely on that deep level without, you know, concern of hurting somebody's feelings, or, you know, just not being able to open up as fully as you would like, then it does become more challenging to accept ridicule as so much of an honest trait, because it does feel a bit more nuanced. And so, yeah, part of the process of understanding others is understanding yourself, and of course being able to relax yourself when you feel a sense of insecurity or threats. Not to take those things so seriously, conversely, because any threats externally more so materialize physically as threats internally. So if you can kind of break down those inner fears intrinsic to you, you'll feel a lot less fearful of, you know, the powers that be, you know, the individualities and even the larger principalities, as they might refer to them. Those don't feel quite as big when you have a more secure sense of self, and, you know, even other people's egos feel kind of fragile whenever you're able to be so rooted deeply in yours. And that's the key with ridicule, is that it's a very fluid and dynamic property of human interaction. You can't get rid of it, and you shouldn't get rid of it, because you'll probably approach something that's more robotic. So unless you want to do that, then it's good to have some fun, and it's good to play around a little bit, but just try to find a healthy balance, because otherwise you'll start to shift into more negative paradigm. It doesn't benefit anybody, you know. Definitely respect what people got going on, you know. Respect their grind, their hustle. If you see them working, you know, point it out, and don't be afraid to, you know, be that person that gets inspiration from them, you know. Some people have some damn good ideas, you know, some original ideas. It's okay if you want to be inspired and motivated because of them. And if that's the case, you know, give them their credit, you know. But what you absolutely should not do under any circumstances is put them down, you know, when you know that they're working hard. So that's all I got for today. And, you know, if you resonate with this message, then definitely subscribe for more videos. And, yeah, hopefully to see you in the next one. So, peace.